sent me a smoochy picture.
Mm-hmm. Why are you laughing at me?
Because he's so funny looking.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about this knife. It's a lockback. You can see the lockback here. Old school, guys. Old school lockback. And it is a Wolstenholm. A subscriber said he'd like to see more of this knife. I did a short on it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Alright, so this is a lockback knife. It is also would be considered as a clasp knife. And you can see in the picture up there that Levin's, these kind of bowed type knives are clasp knives. But there's other different species of these lockbacks. They come in a variety of different patterns. But this is probably one of the oldest right here. And that's what this is right here. It looks kind of crazy. You open it up, you can see it moving, and it locks nice and tight. And this works really well because you can see where your thumb is, so it doesn't really get in, it doesn't bother your thumb at all. Maybe in a different grip it might, but what's nice is I can just bring my thumb back, press on it, and bam, it comes in. And so this is a vintage knife, and that's the kind of thing you do with a modern folder, right? So that's kind of crazy. You have to have two hands to open it, but I can just let her fold down, and I can close it with one hand. And it's really a testament to the superior quality of how this thing was made by George Wolstenholm. But not really what we think of. We think of these, right? When we think of a lockback, the original lockback, 1964 buck 110, right? The thing about these fantastic knives, this was my grail knife when I was a young man. I wanted to get a hold of one of these so bad. But you have to take your hand off and come all the way back up here to shut it. So, Buck was thinking of these as hunting knives, but people ended up using these for all kinds of different purposes. It was a popular knife. My dad was a contractor. I saw these on construction sites all over the place, guys carrying these. And this is a modern tactical folder from Cold Steel, Recon 1, and you can see the lockback right there. So this is a mid lockback. It's like right in the middle, and probably pretty close, if you look at these, probably pretty close to the same idea. Pretty close to where the lockback is. So this is a little better here than on the Buck. But here's another one in the back. This is, I think, a Buck too. No, it's a Utica. This is just a little Utica hunting knife in mossy oak. And you got it all the way at the back. And anyhow, so what you have here is natural bone that was jigged. This is severely worn because this knife, I'd probably date this in 1910. Probably. The tang stamp would put it at 1890 to about 1920. And this one is marked IXL up here. So this IXL mark, guys say Wolstenholm didn't put it on until the 1930s. That's not really true. I actually have a catalog. You can see it up there right now, right there. I have a catalog listing showing this exact same knife with the IXL stamp right there from 1910. That's the catalog date. But we'll show you a close-up of that blade geometry. Really nice. Little swedge there. Comes down. Nice clip. So all the time, These are listed as hunting knives, okay, not self-defense knives. So these were classified as folding hunters. That's how Levin classifies this knife, as a folding hunter. And showing you a couple pictures of some different ones. But this was another surprise to me. So when I started doing a little bit of research on this, not a lot of people made these. When I go back and I look in the catalogs, Holly Manufacturing Company made one, and Wolstenholm. I'll show you a picture of a Boker, an early Boker, like from 1920. I think the catalog is from 1920, and but you don't see these with every knife company. I found that kind of interesting. I don't know really why that was. I think maybe this was old school. And so normally before I did this research, I would have told you that by the 1920s, this kind of style was gone, right? And I think that is true. By the 1920s, it was gone. But even, at the turn of the century in the 1900s, there weren't a lot of people making these. So I think, even by the early 1900s, these were almost extinct. And I wanted to get one just to have an example of it because I collect different patterns of knives. But I don't think I really realized how rare these things are. But, I thought everybody and their brother made them, but it doesn't look that way. When I look through the catalogs, it doesn't look like a lot of people made them at all. What else I need to say about that lockback? So I think you've seen this before. This is my dirk from Edward Barnes. You see the lock back here. These are these style dirk. The small dirks, are Civil War or after is when they came out, and you can see the same style lock back on it. This is a replica. It's not an original, but this kind of knife gets popular around the Civil War. And then I think they actually made them in the 1830s. But the oldest I could see in a catalog was a Mappin Brothers catalog I have from 1860, and they show one. And I'm showing that picture to you right now. And so, pretty old style. I'm convinced, at least 1830s, this lockback. I see this lockback in other type of knives that early. So, and then, I don't know why, but just not very popular with the American manufacturers. Maybe it was too hard for them. I don't know. Anyhow, I hope you found the video interesting. If you liked it, I appreciate you liking it. And anything really, like, share, comment, anything you want to do to help the algorithms. And I really, really, really appreciate you guys for watching. Remember, you'll know the truth. The truth will set you free. And brother, couldn't we use a dose of truth nowadays? So thanks again for watching.